Nice.
And we're live. Action.
Today's Umbrella Union is brought to you by TT's Moringa, TT's Body Butter. The only butter you'll ever need for your body. It smells delicious and is nutritious. Everything you want to have your skin be nice and moisturized and exfoliated and ready for the world. The scent that I'm rocking with this month is black butter. All right, let's get into it.
Oh man, that sounds very appealing. It looked like some ice cream. I thought it was going to be like some green tea
Here,
ice
let me
cream.
just, when I open it up, it hits me. Here, look inside. Boom. I'm living a dream in here.
They really do need to come through with smell.
Yeah.
It's time, I think.
Smell-o-vision.
Yeah, because you know how on video games when they came out with the Rumble controller shit, you know what I mean? And I thought like this is kind of silly, but now it's a standard.
And it'd be funny if there's like 7 smells in the world that they need to create any smell. Now go ahead, sorry.
Oh, that might be true. It's like the equivalent of binary code for smells.
Yeah, like rainbows, you know what I mean? Like a printer. Like you put those 3 colors in your printer and the black and you got fucking everything. Right now, maybe this is like 3. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was like, what if we could just get 3 primary smells? Like we get stank, funk.
Yeah. And sweetness or something like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. Beauty, like nature, something like nature, funk, and cleanliness. I don't know what the fuck that smells like. Fresh water.
I wonder if Bjorn is joining with Amanda or something, and so they're trying to get their setup. Let me send him a message.
Whew. Look at us, front and center, bright and early. Umbrella unioning.
Well, I was texting with him about using this Riverside thing right before we got on. So
you think they're just sitting on Google, sitting on the Gmail, and they'll log in at any moment.
Like, okay,
they're gonna be logging in.
Happening. Yeah, with Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh yeah,
that's what Dr. Evil's cat was, right? The hairless.
I think so. The hairless one.
Yeah.
So I got this. I'm doing a beat set on. I think Thursday next on the. I think the 11th it is. And out in Brooklyn, and I have more interest in that. It's gonna be a beats and cinema or something like that to that effect. In order when you do it, they play movies and you have beats that play over them. So it's like you're like kind of creating the soundscape for that. So I've been kind of going over the beats or over the movies.
Oh, so you know what movies they're gonna play?
Well, that was the question I asked. I was like, because it's 90s movies. So like I hit them up and I was like, do you guys picks the movies? And they hit me back and they were like, yo, you come up with what you want to play or whatever. So I think like it's all art and experimental. It's not nothing too crazy. But I think I got a nice list. Like I started with 20 movies from the 80s that I thought were like, I rock with these movies pretty hard. And the movies, and it's kind of like putting it together in a way that's I think it's like 20 minutes long or so. So I think putting it together in a way where it's like cohesive, you know what I mean? Because at first I was like, oh, I got comedy movies here and I got action movies, Wonderland. But then I was like, yo, these comedy movies and these other movies don't even sit in the same sort of like emotional tone. So I was kind of like, all right, well, I had to pull a lot of all the comedy movies out. And just keep it with big movies. Go big movies.
Like Total Recall, probably, right?
No, but it was considered like The Big Lebowski.
You mean to say you thought about Total Recall and didn't roll with it?
I did. But there's a lot of movies that didn't get picked for this thing. Like,
but Total Recall's the one, right?
Nah, like I hate to have to stop you right there. Like, I mean, it's a good movie. Any movie with women, like I said, like, 3 tits is amazing in any scenario. Like you pull out a 3rd tit, it's like, wow, I've never seen that before. It was groundbreaking, and that's kind of where you imagine that might be. Like, you know what I mean? Like
when they were like doing the CGI on that, they were like, fucking breakthrough.
Where do we put it? Do we put it on the back? Like, no, right in the middle.
Right here, dude, I can do it.
Yeah, right.
Somebody had like the old school, the Mac that had like the one that's like from the icon of a Macintosh where it's like the computer with the little disk slot, and they were on there with the like green and black screen thing and the big fat mouse.
Back in the day.
Oh, dude, we can make it.
Back in the day? That's fucking crazy. But yeah, no, Total Recall.
So you're probably reconsidering Total Recall now, right?
I am not. I am not considering Total
Wait,
Recall now.
hold on. I
Not
gotta just quickly reconfirm. I think I might have missed the essence of this. So you're playing beats and you're picking the movies, but the
yes.
beats aren't necessarily synced to the movies. You're just like playing some clips of movies.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's the rule. Them's is the rules.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna take it a step further, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
kind of create like sort of like landscapes from the movies, or so there's like different between vocal samples and like musical breakdowns between the soundtracks and stuff. There's like, and then the backing of it, like there's certain scenes and stuff like that. Like for example, like one of the movies that I picked is like The Crow.
The
um
Crow. Oh,
the
Brandon
crow
Lee, right? Didn't he die
well,
on the
yeah.
set of that one?
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? But
Damn,
it's like the
that's deep.
sound, it's crazy overall, but the soundtrack for that movie was also like really like a great soundtrack. You know what I mean? So like when you have that, you have like these really dope cinematic parts, like that whole scene where he's like kind of coming back to the apartment after
I
he
don't know if I ever
like
saw it, to be honest. I should have just for him.
see, there's like this whole flash scene where he's like, my guy's like coming out of the ground and like, you know, going through all this trauma of what happens and breaking through the glass and shit and becoming the crow. And it's like a tight ass little
Becoming the
sequence.
Crow.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think maybe it's like a 1.5, 2 minute sequence, but I'm like, yo, what if I take that sequence and then take some other, like some of there's like one in the songs that's like, you don't have to take me
Yeah.
away is one of the tracks. It's crazy. It's a dope track. So I'm thinking that the idea would be, what up, Bjorn?
What up? Sorry
Welcome.
for the
We
delay.
should
I'm
probably.
very technically
So,
disabled.
oh, uh, Eric, you should probably bring back
TT's
the sponsor. Yeah,
Moringa. TT's Moringa. Body
this
butter.
tonight's episode.
Tonight's episode is
All right.
brought to you by Black Butter. Black Butter is one of the most satisfying feelings I've had on my skin. It makes me feel hydrated to the maximum, and my body is fully buttered. TT's Moringa Body Butter, the only butter you need for your body.
You
I
have
love
that
that.
down. You have
I'm
that
working
down.
Love
on it.
that.
I got it. I mean, like
Well,
that's the future.
Moringa
That's
is
the
a superfood, you know?
I know, I
It's
know.
a
And the
So
only moringa that I trust is
I
TT's
didn't even know what moringa
moringa.
was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, moringa is a plant that it fortifies the body. There's so many things that it does. It just even in like childbirth and just restoring and replenishing the body, like it's amazing. TT's moringa
Uh,
in Florida, Fort Lauderdale.
solid.
Oh, straight out of Florida. So
Straight
Eric
out
was
of
telling us about his beat set, but it reminded me that I got to interrupt real quick to tell you about a dream I had. Because Eric, we were in Prague or the Czech Republic, you and me, but we were in like kind of the countryside,
nice, nice,
not
nice.
like in the city at all. And, I remember it's a pretty weird dream, really, and not that eventful. So sorry if it's boring, but I just
No,
since we're
no,
here,
no.
uh, so we're like looking over this landscape, and we see someplace that we need to go off in the distance.
Okay.
And through some sort of weird situation, I end up getting us like a go-kart, like real Mario Kart style, like little go-kart.
Mario
And
Kart
so I'm
vibes.
driving it, and you're like either there's a back seat or you're just hanging on, old school style. And I'm like smashing the gas on this go-kart, um, trying to get us to where we're going. And there's some point where we're going through gravel and it's kind of a little treacherous, but like not dangerous, just like not easy to drive on. And other times we're just smashing, going really fast whenever we're not
Okay.
stuck in the gravel kind of. And then, but when we went up hills, it was hard. And so then you were like, fuck that. And you jumped off and you found like a little kid's, like one of those plastic, like things that like a toddler would move with their feet to move around. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
have any propulsion of its own.
A little
But you're
ring with
like,
the
fuck
wheel.
it.
Some real Flintstones, right?
Essentially, like it was almost like a hot dog, like a red hot dog thing.
Got it.
And I was like, man, that's crazy. Why are you taking a little kid's thing? And I was like, but we do have somewhere to go. So it is
Oh,
probably the best. And then now you're on that, which really isn't solving the problem. And then three motorcyclists come down towards us and they're like, get the fuck out of the way. You guys are in the way. And you at that point are just frustrated with how this thing isn't moving fast enough. So you like kick the vehicle that you had ahead, and it shoots ahead of us and like hits a gate or a fence. And then suddenly we're in like a kitchen of some sort on a call like this with DJ Witch. And even though I don't know him in real life, in the dream, we knew each other enough to like be familiar. And so we're talking to him for a little bit, like you and me on a conference call with Witch. And then like as he hangs up, I realized that he's in like an educational setting, like someplace where it's like an office. But there were like high school kids there, like maybe.
Shout out to DJ
yeah,
Witch.
Shout out to DJ Witch. Like, sorry I haven't met you, but
where your dubs up?
TT's Moringa. TT's.
Yeah. So we're then like suddenly we're in a classroom of some sort, and it feels kind of funny, like we're not supposed to be there. Like obviously we're kind of intruding, but on the other hand, we're very welcome. Like we're very much supposed to be there. And the assignment for all the kids is to draw like a little comic of a time that they had a great idea. And you're just like,
yo, this is
no problem.
Is this the dream? Is this still the dream?
Still the dream. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was just like it went on. And so assignment, no problem. You're like, time I had a great idea, and you just immediately get down to drawing. And apparently your great idea that you want to depict is like, you picked a berry, like a raspberry or something, and decided to make jam. And so you're going to make a comic book about how, or just like a little drawing thing layout of finding a berry and having the great idea to make jam. I'm over here stressing out because I'm like, I can't think of anything. And I was like, oh my God, great idea. Copy Eric. So I'm like, all this, but I have to now depict myself having the realization that like my great idea is to copy you. So it's like, I can't just like totally verbatim copy what you're doing. So anyway, somehow it's my turn. We're taking turns.
It's raspberry.
I think it was raspberry. It might have been blueberry.
He's like, his will be slightly different. I thought about, I wanted raspberry.
They're very
blueberry.
distinct.
He likes blueberry
berries.
Jam.
I think this is
but you know how dreams
different berries
out. Yeah.
Dreams are vague, you know? And then somehow it's now my turn to do it. Like, because apparently it was done in turns. And I find it weird that the teacher and some of the other people there speaking in English instead of Czech, but I let that go. And then I'm like, okay, I have to draw a picture of Eric now, because he's the one who had the great idea, and my great idea is to copy him. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be able. And I think you had done a really good job with the drawing, and so I was feeling very much pressure to like, how am I going to do this? And I remembered,
again, I can tell it's a dream because I'm drawing with like, I'm a stick figures. I'm 100% stick figure guy like that.
I think you did pretty good stuff in this dream. And then I'm like, how do I even begin? And I think to myself about the book series that my son is into right now, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you know, and they have like some pretty basic cartoons. So I start drawing your eyes, and I'm like, and his mouth has to have this expression of like joy for having come up with this great idea. And then I'm like, I got to do his hair really well. Like, I have to get the texture right. So I start working hella hard on your hair. I'm like blown away.
Out, bro.
No, but then I'm like, what? This is coming together. Like, this shit is looking good, dude.
Yo,
like, I'm like, I've come up with the technique. I don't know if I had colored pencils or crayons or something, but I was like, I can do his hair.
I can do this. I can make this happen.
Like really well. I just need time now. It's going to take time. And I had to take a little break. And then I came back, and there were drawings just like the one I was doing all over the floor now. And I had to figure out which one was mine that I left off. And that's basically all it was. Like, that was the whole dream.
That's the climax, yeah.
Since you were in it, I felt obligated to share it live on the podcast.
That was a great intro to the cast. And like, this is where the music plays now, like for a second.
Yeah.
And then, welcome to the Flogcast Umbrella Union's new production, brought to you by TT Moringa.
TT's Moringa.
Body butter you need.
The only body butter you need to butter your, what? I don't even know anymore. TT's Moringa, the only body butter you need to butter your body.
What you can say is, you don't need body margarine. No need for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Although
I can't believe it. I
That's what
can't
most
believe
people
it's not
use.
TTs.
Most people
That's-
use body margarine.
No, really, they're buying different liquidized body margarines with flavor
Yeah.
and fragrance to them.
Yeah,
But we
not
got
this.
actual butter. This is butter.
Butter. This is
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
butter for your body ever.
Do they sell body G or ghee?
Body-
How do you say that anyways?
Ghee. Ghee, I
Ghee.
think.
Ghee.
So is
Let's
that
just go with
body ghee?
Can we agree
We're
on
also brought
ghee?
to you by Umbrella Union.
Can we a ghee?
Ooh, beer
wrapped
cozies.
beer.
Umbrella Union.
I
Yo,
thought that
that's
was
the
like a
product.
bottle of ghee.
That's the product of
Just
the
have
month.
one right now.
The ready. That's
Yo,
good.
you,
Solid.
you spend over $50 on the Umbrella Union site, you get a free beer cozy this month only. That's what
I
it
like
is.
that.
Beer cozies. They're hot to go. They're the thing.
We can't. I think this is not approved supplier.
It's not
it
a
was from
sanctioned supplier.
Earlier,
Yeah.
earlier era.
Yeah,
But
they
I
don't make
interrupted
that
Eric.
Organic,
The
organic
first
cotton beer
generation.
cozies.
Yeah.
Eric was explaining why he's
It
not
keeps
using Total
shrinking.
Recall in this beat set that he's doing.
Yeah, I
as
just
90s
was
movies.
like, I felt like it was too like I felt like 90s mainstream. Like when I got up through the titles and I saw like the things that I picked, it was like big epic movies. And I think Total Recall kind of was like early 90s, like kind of a vibe. But like a lot of the other movies on the list are like a different kind of big. Like the first thing on the list was like The Big Lebowski. And then like The Usual
That's big.
Suspects. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah.
it's like a certain type of cinema, a certain type of shot. And I just kind of was like, Total Recall is cool, but like I think like the scene of Arnold being strapped to the chair and going crazy and shit like that, like we've done that a whole bunch. So I kind of wanted to go into something that was more like if I walked in this place and I saw this scene, I'd be like, oh shit, I love that scene, or like, you know what I mean? It would be like a more obscure type of scene,
Yeah.
but like just epic in its own, and not like so much like type of shit.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounded
good.
so good. Like it.
Avoid that.
Chopper. Like I don't want to walk in those shoes, you know.
He
I really
did
liked him as Mr. Freeze.
He had a run in the 90s though, for sure.
Yo, he killed it. He crushed it. Yo, I was even looking at the Mr. Freeze. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger fact. He pays what is it Warner Brothers whatever, like $1 a year to continue renting the Mr. Freeze costume just to keep that shit in his
Really?
crib. That's what the fact was. I don't know, like I don't know why he would do it. Like just buy that shit.
me of the good old days. I
Yeah,
can't
like
do it.
I just sent him a check for like a good hundo. Be like, this should cover us, right? Like,
That's wild that they let him have it for that price, because I bet you people would buy that for a fair amount.
yeah, but I mean that's the whole thing. He's
Yeah,
like,
not for
no.
a million.
What if
year.
he lost it? What if he lost it and he's just fronting and he's like, oh yeah, I'd like to have it at my house, you know?
I could not
Keep that
find my
Mr.
Mr.
Freeze.
Freeze suit. I don't know what my
It's-
Mr. Freeze suit is.
Honey,
It was
where's the
right
Mr.
here.
Freeze go?
Oh, he knows where it is. He left it on Epstein Island.
Oh,
Was he there? Was he there?
Is he in the files?
Oh, guaranteed. Of course
No,
he was.
maybe
I don't
not.
know.
I mean,
Everybody was. Are you kidding me?
everybody. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know,
Everybody,
Chomsky.
everybody.
You guys know the new theory, though. This one just came out today, I think.
No,
So
I'm not hip. to
you're
newest theories.
familiar with the like globally famous, just mega talented musical group of the Island Boys?
Yo, that's
Vaguely.
crazy.
You're
Vaguely.
familiar with them? Yeah. So apparently there's some shots of Epstein with two boys, and one on either side in an island setting. And they
Oh.
apparently like are face matching these two together. This could totally be an AI meme run. However, it soaked me up just because I love the originality
like,
that the
how
Island
old are
Boys
these pe-
are
how old are
calling
they?
out the island where they were molested.
Oh,
yeah.
And also got their break
dark.
because they were financed clearly by Epstein and his cohort.
Yo,
Interesting.
Because when I said they were
so
really
I'm-
talented earlier, I was lying. They're
Oh,
not really
I'm not.
talented.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are. I can't speak to it. The opinions
Bro.
expressed within the podcast are of the individual speakers,
yeah,
right?
and do not
Because I
represent.
can't front on the Island Boys yet until I hear them.
I mean, you could absolutely front on the Island Boys. Like, you could just go ahead, wrap that whole shit up, get it up out of here. Like, yeah, that's just that's like
So
a
you
weird.
both-
It's
You both
it's
have
like the
no
Island-
love for the Island
like,
Boys.
it's like if the Island Boys was like a door, and you're walking down the hallway, and you open the door, you'd immediately close it and just be like,
Absolutely.
Nah,
Oops.
super
Damn, I didn't
fucking
mean to
good.
see that. Oh,
Like,
shit.
yeah, like I'm good, bro. Like, thank you so much. Like, you know, I'm good. All right.
That's solid. That's solid.
Musically,
Someday one of them is gonna see
personally,
this and like
yo,
really
bro,
get mad because
oh
That's
my
why
God, you
I'm
should-
trying to disclaim.
what?
I don't want beef with
yo,
the Island Boys, man.
I wouldn't worry
That's
about it. First
yo,
of all,
that's the craziest statement I've heard. That's the craziest statement. Like, yo, if there was like a crazy statement of the night, it would be, I don't want beef with the Island Boys.
You actually do want beef. That's like dinner with Jay-Z.
I mean, I don't think you want beef. With, I don't think you. I don't think you want anything. Like I said, close the door.
Wait,
away
where's
from
the dinner
table.
with Jay-Z thing?
And they're totally equivalent. Beef with
That's
the Island
hilarious.
Boys is absolutely equivalent to dinner with Jay-Z. Both will earn you instantaneous fame, a lot of good like information on how to deal with media and the world. Like you'll learn so much. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you about that.
Well, you bring it up. I'll say I went on Facebook yesterday. I don't follow Michael Rappaport, but Facebook feels compelled to show me Michael Rappaport's post, and he had a picture. He had a picture of supposedly Mamdani and his mom at the after party for her movie premiere in like 2004 or whatever, and it's a picture of Epstein and Maxwell with. You seen this too?
No,
yeah,
but
that's like fucking AI, bro. Like that's
I know, it was
like,
totally It was, and then it had modern day Bezos and Bill Gates, and then Epstein's like got his hands on Mamdani's shoulders or something, like kind of like they're all hamming for the camera. And Rappaport posted this shit like it's totally real.
And this is the reason why we don't fuck with Michael Rappaport.
I will have beef with him. That's fine.
No, listen. Also, another person, you don't really want to be, Mike, just leave. It's certain people you're just like, nah, bro. Like,
far more potentially violent than the Island Boys.
It's not even
true.
about, it's like,
well,
I mean,
actually,
like,
I don't know about them. Again, I go back to my ignorance
like,
with that.
Michael, he's like indignant, like white guy unhinged. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's very unhinged. He's unhinged.
Like, yo, what is your problem? Like, why are you yelling? Like, what the fuck are you like?
What was his like upbringing like? Like, I get that he's from New York, but so are you, and you don't flip out like that at every second.
Yeah, because
so what's the situation?
Like, I'm actually black, and so I didn't have to like in those neighborhoods and in that clout scene. Like, I didn't have that. I didn't have to oversell it. You know what I mean? I didn't have to walk in the room and be like, "No, I'm the coolest white dude you ever met." Like it's just, I'm just. It's just like just.
He's like, I single-handedly broke up Tribe Called Quest.
So
yeah, like you know what I mean. It's like just like take it easy, bro. Like it's cool. Like we get it. We get it.
Yeah.
You're like you're Brooklyn. Calm down. Like,
is he married?
I hope not.
Because I bet.
Woman's probably happy. She's just like, would you shut the fuck up? Could you just
or she like puts something in his smoothie, to sedate him in the morning. And then when he gets off the smoothie and goes out into the world, the motherfucker's like insane, just like,
that's fucking hilarious.
She probably actually laces him with some serious uppers. So that he'll burn out, and by the time he gets home, he can just hit the couch and shut up instead of having to run his mouth all night.
It's like the number 3 movie on my list, The Nightmare Before Christmas, where you have Sally and she puts like the little sleeping stuff in the soup, and she's like, Sally, and she's running away, and she like Michael Rappaport's wife is just like that. She like poisons him and then runs out to hang out with normal people and shit.
Yeah, he's a bit of a skeptic.
I don't know. I feel like he'd be easy to bait into talking about us.
Yeah,
we could have no viewers on our podcast, and then we talk about him, and he'll flip out.
Who the fuck are these guys? Who are these fucking guys?
These are both really good targets for beef from Umbrella Union because they're all desperate enough to respond. And they kind of seem to be the types that love beef, and they're all idiots. So we'll come out looking way better than them, no matter what. Really,
no, it's like I mean, the Island Boys. Like you're like, I just don't understand how you guys want these type of problems. Like I just don't understand how you're just like, yeah, this is it. Like no, this is not it. This will never be it.
I'm an Island Boy.
I just don't even understand, bro. Like. Yeah, like do your research before you make any decisions, Rob. That's what I'll tell you. Look it up. Go look into it. Go look into the downfall.
That's what I wanted to do.
This will also be the part of the podcast where we now like bring in elements and show you pictures of both Michael Rappaport and the Island Boys.
That's crazy.
In case you've never seen Michael Rappaport's like red existence.
Yo, he used here's the thing, man. Like there was like 8 minutes. Michael Rappaport was like, yeah, the guy's kind of cool, and it was just like, what is happening?
Yeah, and he's had way more
I
than his
know.
15 minutes of fame.
Like,
That's the other interesting thing.
The other
like,
15 minutes.
There's so many kind of like washed up folk who haven't really contributed a lot, but still cling to some sort of meaninglessness or like media sort of celebrity status within the world. And
I mean,
he's
like,
like the
literally, we're
defining
doing it.
like
We're doing it right
personality in
now.
that. Like
We're doing it right now. We're
we
adding to it.
aspire.
We're doing the devil's work over here.
Yeah, like,
We're keeping him in the
like,
conversation. Like,
yeah, like we
absolutely.
should
Damn
totally
it.
be like,
All
he
right,
who
well,
shall- he who shall not be named.
I personally dislike talking about celebrities for the most part, except for dissing on them. Like that part of
Really?
talking about celebrities, I'm kind of okay with. But for the most part, I really give a shit. Like one of my staff members came in the other day and she's a huge Beyonce fan, like crazy Beyonce.
This guy, like
And
this guy's
she's like, do you know who just became a billionaire? And I was like, no, I don't know who just became a billionaire, but I'm kind of going to guess it's Beyonce. And she's like, yeah, she just became a billionaire like this week. I was like, great. Well, all right. Now's a good time for her to prove if she's a shit human or if she's still worthy of your like celebration and adoration.
It's not going to work out the way you think that is. Like,
Wow,
like,
we're going deep into the like.
I mean,
deep end of the
I'm
pool.
all I'm saying is that I find it weird when people celebrate like celebrities in that way, where it's like that doesn't pertain to you. Like it doesn't have nothing to do with you. It's like this is like, I mean, like cool, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not like. But it's like almost, here's the thing. It's like this delusional space where it's like their success, while be it cool, isn't really gonna change the, you know what I mean? Like the the tires on my car if they go flat. You know what I mean? It's not like it's ever gonna make
That's a good
difference.
example.
You know what I mean? It's just like, that's nice. You know what I mean? But when people are like, did you hear? Do you know who we, oh my God. Like she's
I
like,
will say,
let's go to dinner.
Why didn't
right
I
now.
hear about it though? Why didn't I hear about it? That does seem a little weird.
I heard about it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They felt that's a family with a bunch of billions of dollars too. Like,
yeah, because they must independently.
They're independently billionaires and collectively billionaires. I mean, like, that seems like awesomeness, you know?
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Celebrity is such an interesting thing. Like,
but my thing is,
the
church
was
where's
able to control celebrity for so long. Like, the church made Jesus and all the saints the primary celebrities because you're like local nobility. You're kind of pissed off at the dude because he's collecting taxes on you all the time, right? And so that's not really an aspirational local celebrity in any way. You might model some people in your community as like being really dope. I just took you out of the Middle Ages real quick, and I'm going to take you back further too, if you don't mind. But like, if you take that sort of standing of like, oh, we've got Jesus as our celebrity and all the saints as our celebrities, and maybe the local pastor or father or member of the church is going to be another person who might try to deserve some of that celebrity status, right, within the community. Otherwise, you're like looking up to like people, like even parents, right? Like a lot of the behavior that we model is based on modeling off parents. And that's just kind of how people grow up. And if we go back way further to like prehistory, people were living in groups of often 50 to 100 folks, sometimes down to 20. You had a few people to kind of model behavior on. You had a bunch of skill sets that were diversified across the range just to make you guys survivable, right? But your parents and your peers and your elders were really who you carved a lot of your modeling and sort of celebrity out of. But there was always this like sense of like somebody to admire or aspire to be more like. It's kind of a very human thing. But it's this modern age now when we've stepped out of the church and we've become a broader, like so many pieces of stimulation coming at us from every angle, that the pop star, the movie star, those things have really risen to such prominence over the last 100 years in our society. And I think it's an interesting space that it occupies for nothing else than just to philosophize about it, first of all. But like to think about why we yearn for it and why we celebrate it, I think is also kind of part of that deeper, like, what do we need?
Is celebrity itself a modern thing though? Because like back in the earliest times, the community was small enough that like you wouldn't have heard about, probably, I assume, someone outside of your frame of reference.
I imagine there was people. I beg to differ. I beg to effing differ.
Please do.
Simple sons of bitches. Let me break it on down for you. Because the musicians and the storytellers and the travelers, they were the big celebrities back in the day because they would come through and they would regale you with songs and their talents would be crazy. And somebody like, did you see such and such? This guy would go play at a tavern and go play and sing songs. You know what I mean? So like these people who were like renowned from different villages for doing something, traveling minstrel, you know what I mean?
Like that. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I think they might have been like the first.
Great argument.
You know what I mean? And then, like, if we're going to go back in there, we can go back. I mean, the thing is, like, we're going to go back far, but you start to get to plays and to, like, actors and people who are in theater and doing those kind of things. Back in, like, Shakespeare, you know what I mean? We're talking about it now, but there's other.
Right.
Yeah, and that era you had your kings and all sorts of stuff going on at that time too, and the church was also really.
You think people in the court used to, like the jester of defense, or like
it's hard to say who the peasantry of like medieval England was fascinated by, or
I
like,
bet you we could find out. Cool. We should do a deep dive.
But I think
they're probably fascinated with
your bard, dying. The bard who hits your town once a year. Like that guy's he's a very good contender, but you also probably have some like celebrity around. Say your blacksmith is really well known in the district, and he makes the finest swords around, and everybody praises his ass.
At
like,
this
you know
point,
what I mean?
knights were the celebrities. Like because when we have we're talking medieval, you've got medieval games.
Warrior class.
You've got this knight
warrior class has always been like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You think the horses that ever made it, like the horses that the knights were on, ever made it big? Like that?
Do you think people? I think they did have celebrity horses.
Celebrity horses.
Yes, I think
that's so fun. And this is where we do like a segue to a segment about like a Key and Peele style segment about celebrity horses.
Like, who's your favorite horse, man?
Yeah, today my fair lady shall be trotting out. She's been quite the spectacle for many years. Like, you know, that type of shit.
Well, there's there's this famous moment where, God, which Roman war was it? Fuck, it was one of the, I think
one of those ones I know about.
I think it was in the Cimbrian Wars, and this is a group of
I don't know any Roman wars for
Germanic dudes who came down out of the north and started parading around, conquering big parts of Italy, and the Romans were like,
horses.
"Oh shit, damn, this is tough." And they'd show up with like the whole clan. Like when these people came through to conquer, they'd bring
Wu-Tang?
The whole clan. Yeah, the whole clan. Ghostface, ODB,
everybody.
Back from the dead and shit. ODB back from the dead to come ride with us. Like,
before birth.
But they'd come through with like proper caravan type shit, like you were going to the Oregon Trail. This is in 200 BC. And they'd have all the women and children back there cooking up some meals and getting everything ready, taking care of the animals.
Roll heavy,
and they'd go, and then like
heavy.
60,000 dudes would go out and fight, but they came through with 250,000 motherfucking people, like literally, like that kind of crazy numbers. And it's verified by a bunch of historians on many different sides from back then. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think about, like this mass movement of that many people with a bunch of like wooden vans and oxen and shit. Like that's crazy. But anyway,
you know these guys, wild, Joe?
These guys. Come around and fuck around. I'll get to the horse real quick. I'll make it brief. So they have this standoff with the Roman army. Just they've been whooping a bunch of ass. And the Romans come out and line up. And the Cimbrian, and they're led by, I think, one of the Boii is one of a certain tribe. And he was one of the leaders. And he comes out on his fucking fly-ass horse and stomps around. Like just outside of arrow range type shit. Like the Romans can't get him. And he does a bunch of tricks. Like dressage tricks, like equestrian,
that's what I was saying, dressage,
like little hops and shit like that, right? And pirouettes, and like he's like, yeah, I'm the filthiest. Like, check me out. How about we don't fight today? Anybody gonna beat that? Or you guys want to come? Like, I'll take the sword with one of you guys. You know what I mean? We could just decide it all today, like that. You know what I mean? And they were like, the Romans are like, no, we're just gonna come, all of us, try to kill you. And so then they fucking had a battle, and the Romans fucking schmopped them. But it turns out doing horse tricks isn't really the best for your militaristic situation.
That was the last celebrity horse.
Yo, that's fucking funny. He's like,
not
things not to do. No. Things we shouldn't do. Fucking
like, put it on the list.
Dressage before
we shall
battle.
fight right here as soon as I finish prancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Pardon me, I'll be prancing.
That's fucking ridiculous. They were just throwing bodies away back then. They were just like, go to war, clash, boom, boom. It's fucking people just getting hacked at. Like it was just
But it's interesting thinking about a warrior class like that actually had to go to the field versus the warrior class that we live in the modern day, when there's these guys in some office that are like, yes, push the buttons. And then some dudes who push the buttons or fly a drone from a fucking North Carolina bunker that's happening in a goddamn Korea or some shit, right? Like we're so distant from the actual acts of violence that the murder that can be carried out today by the push of a button is like what we've seen in Gaza, right? Over the last few years, like the obliteration of a civilian population by bombs that are just, nobody's actually going in there and hacking anybody. Barely anybody's going in there and shooting anybody. It's only a couple of those that actually lead to big deaths. Like it's bombs.
So,
you could bring back the dressage probably.
I think it would be very modern and testosterone like mitigating.
One thing that dressage is known for is the testosterone.
Testosterone. It takes your testosterone down. You get it out, bro. And football does that. Like if we all played fucking aggressive football all the time.
Are you saying that's what's wrong with society?
No, I'm saying that there's parts of society that have these strong testosterone urges, and you've got to figure out ways for them to let out. And sometimes it turns into war, and you got to like prevent that part of testosterone from going there.
Yeah.
You know, however you can.
I hear you. I do. I think a lot of us just want to fuck it out. Just want to you know what I mean? Just like get that out. Yeah, just yeah. That's my favorite way to deal with that. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Basketball. Get all sweaty and then come home with no energy. I'll just wait right here.
That makes me think of the Biggie song, I Got a Story to Tell.
Oh, yeah. Well, they say a good run is like a 3 minute, or they say good sex can be like a 3 mile run. But
who are they?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who those statisticians are.
I used to run 3 miles every morning. I
suggest actually running 3 miles instead of thinking sex is going to do all your exercise for you.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I feel
you
like
could trade them off.
I feel like you should, if you do it right, that run will get you hyped up in the morning, and when you come back in, boom, you warmed up, like you're ready to go. You know what I mean? You got the blood flowing, and then boom, after the cardio, you hit it with a little bit of like, was that hit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's hit.
Little hit, high intensity training.
High intensity.
You get. Yep. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's valid. That's valid for sure.
There you go.
So I mean, Eric is going to do a beat set. I think we got to get back. Let you finish that. That I really sidetracked us off of your.
When's this happening?
I like this is the 11th. I'm pretty sure it's on the 11th. I can check the phone. It's in the
next
works
Wednesday.
Right now. Yes, actually, the 11th, next Wednesday. It's gonna be cool.
So this is a beat set here on the podcast, or you're doing this live somewhere?
Shit, what did the bell mean?
That was just me accidentally clinking my glass because it's empty.
That seems like it's some sort of game show element to this. In case people didn't know, we're figuring it out.
TT's Moringa. Where's my
Time for a word from our sponsor.
TT's Moringa and TT's body butter. The only butter you need for your body. Like every time, that's what the bell's for. I guess.
What do you think TT stands for? Like Tatiana?
Antonia. Like I know. Like this is like a really good friend of mine and his wife. They run this shop and they make all the products by hand, and they have body butters, oils, balms, body scrubs, different handmade soaps. Have like I don't want to say they have like Moringa that you can just buy and powder form. All the different stuff to really bring a lot of wellness and health to the body. Fight inflammation, get that inflammation out of there, and just get your shit back to zero. Just hydration, beautiful. Detoxify, decalcify, open your third eye type of shit.
Jump those free radicals right out of you.
TT's Moringa.
Yeah, there's been a lot of science on Moringa, lately. Obviously, it's become really popular as a health thing, but it's been found to just have such a vast array of different minerals. And that's one of the reasons that it's like so useful and so necessary as a food and supplement.
Yeah. It's in there. It's
how you spell that?
So
Moringa, like morning without the N and then add an A at the end.
Got it.
But the thing about TT's being Antonia that bothers me is that there's only one T in
I don't know
Antonia.
I don't know if it's to scale, but I just know it might be a little nickname, a little childhood nickname, something my grandmama called it. We never spoke about it. We never got that deep into that aspect of it. My wife, she's spoken. She was like, "What the fuck is that shit?" She was like, "Cause she was like, yo,
So
what's
she's
up, TT?"
curious
She was
as
like,
well.
"Let me stop you. Let me stop you. I'm not. Don't call me TT." I was like, "Oh shit." I knew there was more, but once she was like, "Don't call me TT," I was like, "All right, you don't have to worry about me." Call me you. Like,
Just
yeah,
let
I'll
it
just
go.
call you what I'll call you what I called you for the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, so I take it at that, and I enjoy it because it's the only butter that my body will ever need. TT
Only one.
The only
You're
butter
like
to butter my
you
body.
can't turn back.
I'm here now.
Body butter to butter my body, body
Don't
body.
worry, I'll
It's
bring
kind of like
the
that.
Yo, I'll bring the oils too next week because they got like the oil there, like the after shower oil, and that's crazy. I like it. You just,
I like
you can
how
put
you're
it
gonna
on.
bring that next week. Like we could get a sample here on this podcast.
Well,
you know what?
before you joined, we talked
technically-
about smell through the. They need to get the smell situation sorted out.
It's possible. It's very
All
possible
senses.
that you could.
Like I want to actually feel how soft it is on my skin.
I want to know what love
Without
is.
little gloves. I got a little glove on this side, and you just take the pot that you got of the TTs and hold it
With AI. They could do that.
I can
now.
just
I
finger
want
grab
you
it.
to show
Damn.
me. I want to know what love is. Yeah, just
that's pretty good. That's not bad stuff, bro.
I know, right?
Thank
And the
you.
smell. Whoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rob, do you want some?
I'll take just a little.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
You got a good
stuff.
scoop, man. Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta spread that all up your arms.
All over. Get it in there. Get it in there,
That's
guys.
strong stuff.
Put on the beard.
It's natural. Hydrates the whole
Beard
face.
butter.
That's the thing. Beard, you know what? They have a beard oil. I'll bring that too next
I want a
week.
beard butter.
Drop it on everyone's beard.
Man.
Oh yeah, I saw you did the post with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm supporting these products hard. Like I think there's people around us, including us, especially us, because that's what this is all about, that are really doing good shit,
ourselves.
really mindful of what's going on, and super vigilant to make sure that when people are doing good stuff, especially us, that we're just being vocal about it and putting it out there, letting other people know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hint.
Just
Followers,
washing
you
these
can talk about us.
motherfucking hands. Nah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Good stuff.
Exactly.
Doing good stuff. Why would you spend your life doing bad stuff? That's a question I'd like to pose to a lot of people in the world.
Well,
Why?
they don't think it's bad, Joe. Like, that's the crazy part. What I've come to understand about things is like they just don't see it that way.
But like at a certain point, like chopping down the Amazon rainforest.
The thing about it
has
is
got to it's got to register somewhere,
bro,
right?
If your bottom line is I recently saw Avatar Fire and Ash.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
There's a guy there who's like mining and killing the little fish aquatic things and for the little gel or whatever inside of it. And it's just like no matter how much shit they get into, no matter how much problems or whatever the fuck is happening, he's like, all I see out there is money. And it's like, that's it. Like they don't see trees, they don't see life, they don't see this.
That's true.
They just see money. So it's like a lot of people get to the point where they don't see anything else but dollar signs. It's like, you know what I mean? Dead presidents over dead residents. Like, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like it's always going to be that type of energy for some people. Money first.
Right.
So,
which is such it's beyond shallow because it fails to even recognize that money is a fabricated item. Well, and especially in today's world where it doesn't even mean like a dollar doesn't even mean a certain amount of gold or silver. Right? It's just totally
but it still matters. I mean, like the thing, so I sit in a weird space because like for me, I think there's certain people that have enough money to give everybody. Like if you have $1 billion, you could technically give every American $1 million.
No, you couldn't. You could give every American $3.
How many do we have? 300 billion?
300. Well, if you had $1 billion and you gave it all the way to the American citizens, everybody gets $3.
Wait, how many people do we have?
Like 350 million.
Could we get 350?
No, we get less than 3 actually. We get like
275.
A little more, like 282.
I'll be honest with you.
This is complicated, but I'll take 282. I'll buy something.
It's just a bag of chips, really.
It's really, let's see.
Well, and I was promoting earlier the Ruffles Smokehouse barbecue flavor because it is a delight in terms of chips.
Yes. There are a lot of good chip brands out there.
I'm not saying it's a good brand. It's a good flavor.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say Ruffles is a good brand at all.
You honestly even probably know this about me, but I'm not really a chip guy. Occasionally
that's
a bag
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing to have skated by in this universe without getting hooked by the chip,
Foiled by my math.
I believe in what you were saying though, because a lot of these people have
I
more than
think
1 billion.
Well, I mean, it's
not
not.
only
I
that,
don't.
there's
I
a
don't think
lot
it's
more than
about
one
the
person.
billion or whatever. I mean, like math aside, silly facing forward. Like the idea is simply that like there's so much that you could actually take care of everybody.
Oh,
But
for sure.
like
Yeah.
like that's. But the thing about it is like at I mean like at some point because I don't really I don't really care about taking care of everybody. I'll like I've never I've never, I've never lied to myself, and like you know what I mean. Like I've always been like, I hope you guys do okay. Like you know what I mean. Like I can only take if you had a boat, you could at some point you're just
That's
gonna
fair.
sink the fucking boat. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Because you're like, I don't even know this guy. Like he's your mom's neighbor's gardener. He needs to be saved. Like I get it. Like at some point you gotta shut the fucking door. But like at some point it just seems like how much is enough? You know what I mean? Like
That's a real question.
Because my biggest problem is like I just want to disappear into the ethos and do the thing that I'm doing and give back creativity, right? So no matter where I am on the spectrum, that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
whether it's like millionaire, trillionaire, whatever, like it doesn't make a difference. But it's like at some point you realize like some of the people aren't really there's different arts and they're chasing different things. It's not really, it's like it's not a very simple type of thing.
It's not a simple type of thing to like really officially and fully be able to tax the level of wealth that we built. But it's interesting to think that it wasn't that long ago, less than 100 years, when the idea of like post World War II, there was nobody who had this level of wealth disparity. There were families that had extraordinary wealth, but there weren't individuals like your Musks and your Bezos that had in a generation, one lifetime, acquired the amount of capital that some of these guys have right now. And everybody wants to like tip their hat to their fucking, capacity to make some money and get on their hustle. But it's an extraordinarily wild removal of wealth from a certain class of people to put wealth in the hands of others. And while $3 each doesn't sound like much, if you have 10 guys who each have 150, 200 billion each, right? Now you've just taken $3,000 or $4,000 away from every American because they've pulled that money out of the economy and kept it to themselves, right? That's the other thing about value like that. Like we create this fabricated value around the stock market. Oh, you say a billionaire can't completely cash all their checks. Likely because their value is actually tied up in the value of the business that they're involved in primarily.
Well, I mean,
right?
that's like a whole nother topic.
But Warren Buffett can sell all of his stock. He can completely sell all of his stocks. Everybody could take that choice and the public would buy it. You don't do it all at once. You don't drop the penny tomorrow, drop the hammer. But $100 million is more than enough that any human needs in the current economy. The problem is you can't police it until we have like a properly global mechanism to tax or to bring that person to bear. Because as soon as you make your 100 million, if after you make that in the US, you're taxed at 99%, you are going to move your residence to another country. You have $100 million now. You can do that. You can build yourself a palace in Colombia and live in paradise. But and then the rest of the money you make from now on, if you've built a business that can offshore like that, is going to be yours to keep with just local taxes. So you have to have this mechanism to tax on a global scale if you're going to actually be able to rail this in, because the billionaires will flee. I think that what the people need to learn is that a few billionaires fleeing is actually okay. Didn't need the motherfuckers anyway. They're extractive bastards. They weren't spending their billions here. They were just stacking their billions. You know what I mean? So it's like those people, the trickle-down economics is not actually happening in our world.
It's not a thing.
So thinking that we need to support celebrity wealth,
trickle up.
Celebrity wealth should be disbanded and taxed extraordinarily. Bring that
easy
to the people.
Come, easy go.
Bring that to the people. Man. You made your money off everybody else's backs, right? Subscription services, whatever it is, it's predatory. You made your money.
It seems a little harsh on the celebrities though, because at the end of the day, like the people who just make art and get a lot of money are a lot different than the people who create.
Totally. So when I say celebrity wealth in particular, I'm talking about people who are celebrities because of their wealth. So I'm not talking about just celebrities who got wealthy. I'm talking about
not like the people on the
we're
horse.
celebrating their wealth. We're celebrating Bezos for being a scumbag that made all those billions of dollars. Like, that's what we celebrate,
Right. Yeah.
That's the part that is also really gross to me, because it's not that ridiculous to see through the veil and find out that he's paying people fucking broke ass wages to run his warehouses and all that shit, right?
Well, I mean, I think that's like, like it's like modern day slavery. Like, the principle of slavery is really, the cornerstone of great business. We have a product, we have zero labor cost. Zero labor costs. What is your biggest cost in business? Labor. If I can eliminate my entire labor costs, or I can keep it as low as possible, then I can create the most amount of profit for myself. Sharecropping. You can't even pay for your basics or to even re-up, but now I have a surplus of grain and everything, to deal with. The same thing in this
Absolutely.
thing. It's essentially like New Age slavery. It's like, you are here, you make the least amount of money to actually change your reality by being able to invest in anything more, or kind of escape the
100%.
cycle. So you
100%.
can continue, back in the cycle. So it's like, it's intentional too. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like, it's intent, because if you can't, it's like bad schools. Like, if everybody was like ready to be doctors, then who the fuck would go and work at Amazon? You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's a whole ecosystem that's functioning off of this sort of degradation. So
Yeah, and it's been that way
pay
since
income equality. Serfs, modern day serfs.
absolutely since back. As soon as we started doing kingdoms, there was a few people who would sit at the top. Now we got 350 million of us in just this country alone. Yeah, we can have quite a few people up at the top.
Right.
So if you're saying that like a universal tax, global tax would work, the only enforcement mechanism I can think of is some sort of one world government, right? And that's a big scary term. But I was just thinking, is it a big scary term because those same motherfuckers were like, oh, let's make everybody terrified of the idea of uniting into one global community that governs itself, because if they think that's the worst thing in the world, then they'll never get to the point where they can regulate us. We'll always be able to duck and dive.
I think the problem with this situation is that it's corrupt, period. Like, full stop. The guy, like, and it's corrupt in the sense, not where it's like you point a finger and you say you took XYZ. It's corrupt in the sense that it doesn't necessarily work for the people, but it works for the money. So when you have a situation like this, like, it would be great if you could implement, for example, let's say a global financial institution, like a World Bank, whatever. But in terms of that, what they would do is they would monitor people over a certain level of wealth, because then it becomes reasonable on that scale to monitor globally, because most of the regular citizens aren't like, do you have a fucking house in Monaco?
100%.
You know what I mean? But like, when you're like, people like, oh, we've noticed that you have residents here, here, and here, you get put on a different watch list, because now you're able to move and maneuver things on a different scale. And so that's but the thing is, like, it would have to be like, the people who have money and want to do that do not support this idea.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, I think this is great. Taxes, come get us. Like, they're like, no. Let's not support that. Let's support, you know what I mean? Let's fund some other shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but throughout history,
I mean, the whole idea of being able to always grow, like every year, make more money, cut down more trees or whatever it is, like, as if everything is not finite. I think if you have a system that's based on just an absolute fallacy at the core, then, it begets that corruption that you're kind of talking about. And it doesn't need to be that way. You could still have some form of capitalism that just isn't based on it always growing exponentially, and then, like, just some reasonable understanding of the limitations of what exists.
Well, I mean, like, let's just say
you also have to eliminate debt, on a global scale, because debt is fully circular. And right now we're trapped in that one analogy where there's like a person in the town, the butcher owes the diner $1, and the diner owes the haircutter $1, and the haircutter owes the plumber $1, and we have a circular cycle of debt. And so there's like no actual value. We're just passing around a lent dollar between each other, like in a circle, right? So you have to erase the idea of building and having debt in our society. Start everybody on like a 10% global tax, and then give out UBIs globally. Like boom, 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 and have AI run it all. AI can identify, you got to just give it up to big brother. And if you don't want to play the game, it has to be totally legal to opt out as well. But you're going to have a hard time getting certain certifications or functioning in certain parts of the society. You can opt out.
Yeah.
But that does mean live in a tent type of shit, usually.
I mean, it's like, that's kind of like the vaccine vibe. It's like, listen, guys, you can opt out, but you're not going to get on this plane.
And it sounds, and as soon as I start saying that type of shit for like helping the world's economy in the future, it sounds awfully fascist and fucking Orwellian, right? In every fucking way.
I mean, that's the problem is like, I feel like it's one of those, like, I feel like it's one of those things where we kind of reach the same point either way. But one of them is that we willingly go along with the plan, and the other one is that we go down screaming and fighting. And the thing about it is all about who administers a plan and makes us believe that it's a good idea. Or the person is just forcing it down everybody's throat, saying like, yo, this is what you're doing and this is how it works. You know what I mean? It's like,
and I would rather that come from a socialist mindset than one bent on like oligarchy only. That's all.
Well, I mean, I think that's it's like this. It's like the thing is like that the type of person who wants to be the leader probably shouldn't be the leader.
Totally.
You know,
jury
what I mean?
duty. That shit.
Yeah, you should make the least interested person be the leader. Like have some sort of trick. The AI could probably do that too. It's like
I run it like jury duty.
It'd be a lot like the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, or like no, you know how they like picked the Dalai Lamas or whatever. Like it would be almost like that, where the AI would be like, there is a child in wherever. Who is going to grow up with no interest of leading anybody to do anything. And this individual is the leader. And then it says, oh man, he kind of liked it more than we thought. We got to replace him or her with someone else. And then we just base it on that.
It's the for-profit. Like the thing that like, so I like to say that I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm like kind of like a libertarian, I guess libertarian. And I say that in a sense where it's just like, I have certain views that are more like conservative and other views that are more liberal. And it's like, wow. But the problem is that we're in a situation where we have one party that appears to be acting as though they are the moral high ground, when in reality, they are like actually like the bigger liars, like the bigger stealers, the biggest people. And the thing is, like, they cover up their stealing by pointing out facts that other people have stolen. And it's like, and we never get back to like, but you're actively stealing, right?
Like in front of our faces.
Right now, you're doing like, like I read things about like, oh, that's it. We're going to station ICE agents in front of every, voting house or vote, it's like we've reached people that literally can't stand back and say our product is so good that we can stand back and be like, whatever, and we know we're going to win. We're at the phase where we're like, we're going to stand over you and watch you.
And you better vote right, motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, that's literally to me, like the benchmark of like tyranny.
Non-democratic elections are indeed that. And having military at an election site is one of the primary like moments that the rest of the world is going to be like, that's not a real election. You guys didn't pull, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just hoping if and when that happens, some of those other countries are like, you know what? They got some cool people over there. Let's invite them over to live here. And then this place can just be those dumb motherfuckers who believe in this shit. And they can try to see how that goes when it's just them. You know what I mean?
Dude,
but
if 100
chances
million...
are, it's not going to work that way. The other countries are going to go, borders closed, don't come.
I'm telling you, like the fact that we're even having the conversation about Greenland as a culture and society tells you what's going to happen. Like when all these people are left to their own devices, it's not like they're going to be like, we got them all out. It's all American-born Americans here, everybody. Blacks, white, Latinos, it doesn't matter. You were born here and now you're regular. It's just us. You know what I mean? Like, and everything's wonderful. Let's party. Like, I don't foresee that. I don't think it's going to be peace in the valley. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's still going to be a thing where it's like, well, what the fuck are they doing over there in Germany? You know what I mean? You're like, what are you bothering these guys for? Like,
okay? They talk about hemispheres. You know, they're like, we can't have this shit in our hemisphere.
Yeah.
What's bigger than a hemisphere without being the whole sphere?
I don't
Is there
know
such
if
a
there
fragment?
is a demarcation for like 3/4 of a sphere.
Because I think they should come out with that term, like the quadrosphere or whatever it is.
Hemisphere.
Yeah, they're in our trisphere.
The hemisphere.
You know, some sort of
like
shit.
that.
Hexasphere.
Yeah, quadrosphere.
The horodome.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
This has really gotten brighter and brighter as we've gone on, I would say.
Yeah, I don't dispute that. We've solved a lot of global crises already in the first hour here. Not bad.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
mean, you have to move on to like harder topics as you solve the other ones.
This is not ironic from the FAFO show here today with the Umbrunian. And I wanted to let you know we're brought to you by TT's Moringa.
TT. Whenever in doubt, just bring it back to TT's Moringa.
Yeah, whenever in doubt, you whip your TT's out. Like,
damn, that's a good little catchphrase, bro.
I know, right? I'm working it, bro. Whenever in doubt, whip your TT's out. The only body butter you'll ever need for your body.
To butter your body.
Excellent. Like, you want a better body, you better get TT's body butter.
Damn, that's good
it
too.
It writes itself, this stuff.
The only body butter to butter your body.
You've been using margarine. Butter is better.
I can't believe it's not TT's.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of those things, whatever happened to trans fats? Remember that was the big thing for like 2010. Everybody
they just went back to like being okay with being gendered. I think
that's fucked up. Just gendered fats. I thought we traded them for glutens. They were like, fuck trans fats. Glutens are the real problem. And so everything.
There's a lot of bad things. I think that plastic is a bad thing.
Oh yeah, the microplastics
in ourselves.
Microplastic and everything. But the thing is, like, we're not a smart people. We don't think about things like
we're like we don't. Things.
I mean, the thing is, like, for example, like, we don't think that the tub that we're putting our food into and heat it up in the microwave is leaching plastics back to us. That the bottles that we put our beverages in and warm up and everything, like, we're not really paying attention to that type of thing. Like, we think, like, well, I need fucking plastic. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, plastic, I had none of that shit. You know what I mean? And so I think, if we were kind of paying a little bit more attention, we'd kind of be like, oh, shit. There's aluminum in everything. Like, we've got aluminum baked in this. We're putting this in aluminum. We're doing that with aluminum. Like, you know, like, there's a lot of those type of metals and plastics that are just leaching into our shit, bro.
Black spatulas. Those are like the worst.
Well, but they did something where it might have been the black spatula lobby that came back, but people were like, oh, actually, black spatulas aren't as bad as we thought because of whatever. But what I was wondering is, has anybody ever been able to
5% more love?
We're putting like a little green spatula in there. So the spatula is like tricolor. Has glass ever been questioned like this? Because I tend to lean toward glass, but then I'm like, what if glass is fucked up too?
Glass,
I think
good,
glass
bro.
is the best one to go with.
Glass
really,
is the best,
but that's a slippery slope because we thought that about plastic. They were like, plastic's the shit. Like,
here's the thing with like a glass water bottle that you buy, like a San Pellegrino or anything like that. Fortunately, your likelihood of getting is similar about getting microplastics in your body because of the way the capping mechanism works. And so there's going to be residue from that plastic at the lip and with that first like sip or two, right? So if you're not going to really wipe it off because it's a goddamn microplastic, you might smear it, you know what I mean? But, so anyways, even though glass is the best, if you're buying a glass bottle of water, your capacity to get microplastics is like just as high as getting it out of a plastic bottle, which is fucked.
Here's the thing. The
idea though is if you're holding the water in, for example, a glass bottle
without a lid,
without
plastic,
glass container
from the faucet, straight to the glass bottle.
But I'm just saying, maybe glass is not as cracked up to be. No pun intended with the crack in the glass.
But there's a lot of let the puns be intended.
Let's just let them go. Yep. Intentional puns.
Let them slide.
The thing is, like, the point, like the melting point is glass is higher than a plastic.
That's a strong
and
argument.
Then the leaching points within metal, like once the metal starts heating up, then it starts to like kind of interact with the food that it's on top of and stuff like this. Yeah. But the glass is a different the temperature in which it takes to change the molecule, I think, are a little bit higher.
Well, there's also like a few stages of glass as it breaks down. Like it becomes a shard. So if you eat some of that, you're fucked. Straight to the OR. Get that shit out of here. Right? Or it's like really
glass.
small. And then it's like a piece of sand. It doesn't really matter. You eat dirt all the time.
Microglass.
Yeah. But it doesn't become microplastic that just like goes into your bloodstream.
Well,
that's funny,
I like creative solutions, and I don't know if this, sometimes things seem good and they're not. But when I was in Mauritius, they had a thing, because it's an island, so for them to get materials and stuff, speaking of, they had there's a lot of sugar cane that they create and grow in Mauritius. So they had a bottle at the hotels, water bottle, and it was a plastic bottle, but the plastic was made out of sugar cane. And you could, it said on the bottle, you could reuse it. Who knows if it puts micro sugar canes into you or something, but you could also use it. They said if you wanted, you could plant something in it and bury it underground, and it'll just biodegrade, on its own over time too. And so it's like, how come we can't be just doing smart shit? Is my main argument.
Yeah, because we paved over everything. The thing is, we don't really live in an area that's conducive. You think of a city like New York, it's like they were like, if you see something green, pave that shit. You know what I mean?
Like everybody gets a little cement gun, just hey, if you can. Just throw a little concrete on it. But while
you're out there,
do us all a favor. It's like those wartime propaganda posters, you know what I mean? If you see some green,
just pave.
Yeah. Just pave it for America.
Like it says, pave the future. You know what I mean?
When in doubt, grout.
Yeah, exactly.
But Eric, did you ever see the Koyaanisqatsi series, the Katsi series, I guess?
Koyaanisqatsi, Koyaanisqatsi, and Powakatsi.
Dude, you and the missus should check this out. It's a little disturbing. Philip Glass, composer.
Gotta know Philip Glass.
Yeah.
He did the music. It's epic, crazy ass music, and they're just showing like views of copper mines and cement factories.
It's from the 80s and shit too, so it's a little
it's very 80s. No, but it's like
yo, send a link afterwards. We'll review it. We'll talk about it next week.
I'm looking for the link as we talk.
Koyaanisqatsi.
It's wild. It's a little. There were a few times I got excited about it, and I was like, "Yo, you got to see this!" And people would be like, "What? See it?" And then I I think we hosted some people over to watch it, and they were like,
"Yeah, what the fuck? How high are you, bastards?"
Yeah, why are you making me watch this horrible shit? I'm depressed as fuck.
And we're just noticing the cinematography and the music and how the switches correspond to the music in certain ways, and bro, it is an
Eric can handle it.
Series of films. All three of them are great.
That's the thing. Eric can handle it.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Send it over.
You like it?
I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
I wouldn't advise taking mushrooms though before doing a watch of Koyaanisqatsi. It's too much. You would lose it if you watch Koyaanisqatsi on mushrooms. Yeah.
That's one thing you guys are like.
There's a pause. I would put a pause on that. Yeah.
It's
a weed.
I'm trying to figure out where it's streaming.
Feature film.
It's nowhere. It's been taken off the line. People just fucking.
They do not want.
What's up with Tubi? That shit's free, right?
Yeah. Is it on Tubi?
Yeah.
Yo, everything's on Tubi.
You fuck with Tubi?
That's the wildest shit ever. You.
You know who owns that? The man.
Who owns
Larry Ellison?
Probably.
I think so.
It's property of somebody nefarious, I'm pretty sure.
Tubi, yo. I don't know, yo. That shit's crazy. I thought.
So for the audience, just real quick, Koyaanisqatsi. Just so if you need to look it up.
That's wild.
Fox owns it.
Fox.
See? I told you.
Yeah.
AKA Rupert Murdoch. Rupee Murd.
It's Murdoch.
She rode. Murdoch, she rode.
That's crazy.
Murdoch, she rode. But the Koyaanisqatsi theme song, I know I was a little bit off tonally, but I hope you got the feeling of the power.
I did. I got so it's loaded with Gorgarianisms.
Bulgarian?
Gorgarianisms.
Ooh, Gorgarian.
Yes.
I know what that means. Like Gorgon? Like a Gorgon Aryan? Like an Aryan
What is
Gorgon?
That? Is that a Zelda character?
No, Gorgons are like ancient Greek bad dudes, like monsters. A Gorgon.
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
thinking of the Goron.
Yeah, I know. And I'm talking about
They're part of Zelda.
Gorgarian chanting.
Yeah, I think it's Gregorian.
Is it Gregorian?
The monks,
Like
the Catholic
Gregory.
monks? Yeah.
I think that's where the name Gregory came from.
Gregorian, yeah.
I thought it was
Gregorian.
Gregorian.
They were like, let's just
Gregorian.
name people this Greg.
That's
shorten.
fucking Gregorian.
Gregorian.
I
You're
don't
not
know,
talking about
honestly.
Mongolian throat singing, like Tuvan throat singing, are you? Because they do some, like polyphonics.
Oh,
with their
they're
voices. They're crazy, bro.
Oh, I've seen that shit live.
But then
That's
there's the Gregorian monks who do the monkey chants that are like in the monkey chants that are in the churches and shit.
Can you guys see the thing in the chat? I put it in there.
Gregorian. I thought it was pronunciation is crazy.
Tubi TV Koyaanisqatsi, nice. I love it. The link has been sent.
Because maybe that we can put that in the show notes, as they say. You know what I mean? When people subscribe and hit the like button and ring the bell. This is what you're supposed to say, right?
I like that, yeah. And did you guys know that today's show was brought to you guys by TT's Moringa?
TT's
I don't
Moringa.
think that's been made clear yet.
Cool.
So
I just wanted to...
And Gregorian chants. I'm learning so much today.
Yeah, I got also Gregorian chants.
Yeah, that's fucking... It blows my mind because I remember being in college and the guy having like Gregorian chants. But I don't remember them stressing the Gregorian. It could be. Now I'm gonna have to...
No, Gregorian. I think
Gregorian,
that's what we're looking for. Yeah.
I gotta look it up.
But here's a question I'd like to pose to you guys, speaking of chanting, except not at all. Why do Americans hate the Olympics? Like, everybody cares about the Super Bowl this weekend, and we're all excited too. Seahawks, let's do it. Let's see it, baby. But nobody gives a book that the opening ceremony is on Friday and the men's downhill is on Saturday, bro. The men's downhill, ski racing. Yeah,
I think because skiing and snow and stuff, we don't like cold.
No,
like, we get plenty of that here.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just that, like, I think the problem with the Olympics is that it's just random as fuck, bro.
I would say it's too many other countries.
Well, no,
it's every 4 years. It's not random.
I mean, it's random as fuck, bro. It's
how?
Because
how is it random?
It's kind of random. I'm with you on this.
Because the thing about it is,
who the fuck does some of this stuff?
I mean, like,
athletes.
in my opinion, like, because look, we're not gonna talk about, like, in my opinion, it's just
everybody
random.
should play football.
It's just fucking. Well, no, it's not. It's like random as fuck because it's like you have the Winter Olympics in different times and you have the Summer Olympics. So
you can't do them overlapping though. That's really
what
rough.
I'm saying is that, like, we've got all kinds of hemispheres, bro. Like, we could be like, we're doing this one here, we're doing that one here. But the point is that because they time it off, most people who are like get caught up in the Summer Olympics game aren't like, but let me stay tuned because Winter Olympics are coming up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it does. And then you've got like gymnastics, sport, like, you know what I mean? There's the basketball, like, there's all these different categories competing at the same time. In America, most people are like, I'm a football fan. I like this one fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or I'm a baseball fan. I like this one fucking thing. Or I like these two teams. And they fuck with that team and they fuck with that team. In this situation, it is a hyper individualized.
Well, no, for instance, like, if you like hockey, like, USA has a hockey team. And
I mean, they have a hockey team, but the thing is, like,
bouts with the Russians and the Swedes and, like,
yeah, I mean, but it's like we have a basketball team and then we have a baseball team, and and the thing is, like, yes,
nobody cares.
When the hockey games come up and we start seeing everything out there, America we'll tune into our games. But like skeet shooting, like all the other fucking, like, you run, you ski, shoot the guy.
That's such a biathlon. Oh my god,
that one is weird as fuck.
That's
super weird.
I'm gonna watch some of that
speaking
tonight.
of random, that is random. Like, I'm not saying it's not good.
Like, who, like, you know,
who
like
chose?
It's like 8, I need you to do 8 James Bonds.
Yeah, like, look, you're gonna ski a little while, then you're gonna swim, and then you're gonna shoot a gun or whatever.
I honestly can't believe you guys are even, like, talking this shit, because think about
you asked for the answer.
But it's nonsensical. Like, you're skiing
channel
at high capacity through the forest, and then boom, you have to fucking sling your gun, lie down on the snow.
Guns aren't even that, like, how long?
3 perfect shots, controlled breathing, get back up, do it again, like 10 times. And whoever
they could just throw meditating in the middle of it. Like, why not that? That's perfect breaths.
Well, what I'm saying is that, like,
okay, that's what they are meditating and shooting at the same time.
Damn,
You
that's
can't shoot
fucking
and meditate
funny.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what.
Your defense and your support of these things is like, why can't we have them both? Why can't we why don't you see the value of this? It's like,
I really don't understand why Americans abhor the Olympics so much.
First of all, I don't know that Americans do abhor the Olympics. I think Americans like the sports that we're good at, and we want to tune out the sports that we're not good at. And we don't like all those countries. It's way too much of a reminder of there being a whole world outside of this place, and this is supposed to be the best place in the world, and every place else is just
you nailed it.
Whatever.
That's exactly what it is.
Do you think that's
the
what
rest
that's
of the
about?
world? The rest of the world sees the
Partially.
Olympics as this time to come together and celebrate global community, and everybody in the Olympic Village is fucking each other. It's like the greatest moment of global peace every 4 years, right? 2
Going
years.
back to
we
that
split 'em
exercise.
back
They
and
gotta
forth, right?
get to that village.
Like, they just hand out condoms, and it's like,
gotta
save
get
the
in
world
there.
now, kids. And these young
Do you
athletes
get gold
to it.
ones if you're the best?
I think I would imagine. Yeah. I'm sure there's a ton of
Imagine
jokes around it.
you check
But-
into your little room at the village and there's a bowl next to the bed. It's got some bronze ass condoms in it, and you're just like, what is this supposed to be?
Damn.
Always
gave me
number
third?
2. You're always number.
I'd be honored to take a bronze. But like, hey man, like it's this
Gandhi.
moment of like the rest of the world coming together. Like when the Norwegians, on the Norwegian broadcasting, here's the biggest. Like, let me show you what's different. When they have the downhill event, or when they have any running event, whatever it is.
It is a snowy
Olympics,
place,
Winter
though,
Olympics,
isn't it?
It doesn't matter. Not all of Europe, just mountains.
No, Norway.
Norway is snowy in the winter. Yes, absolutely. But we got great runners too, and we got great bikers, and we celebrate those motherfuckers too. But when we watch a sport, yeah, the Norwegians.
See, now all of a sudden it sounds like you're taking Norway's
Because
side
I clearly have
on
a
this whole
different
thing.
worldview than the Americans on things like Olympics, and this is where we draw the line.
This is fucking crazy, bro.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Like,
about
it's like
how
I clearly have
Norwegians-
I'm no longer like this nigga handed me his passport so we can have the whole fucking conversation. And now he's
I
like,
renounce.
and he went on and put on a thick ass sweater just for this conversation. He was like, let me tell you about
But
this.
What I'm saying.
Go on.
NBC, you're gonna watch the Olympics coming up, and they're gonna make
This
big
is
hype
fact,
about the men's downhill, and they're gonna show the 3 American men who've qualified because we kind of suck. We got 2 dudes who are okay, and then they're gonna basically show you the top 15 real competitors, whoever got gold, bronze and silver. And then they're going to cut it off, and they're going to give you all this weird middle backstory, editorialized shit in the middle to take you to Bryce Bennett's home and to our Ryan Cochran Siegel's house.
Are these the
American-
people performing at the TP USA halftime show?
Maybe,
Yo,
but
that's
those are the
funny.
Americans who are like good at this sport. So they're going to give you their whole biopic in the middle of the race,
I like that you know
and
their
show
names.
you these guys, and then show you the winners, and that's the end of the programming. In Norway, the downhill race starts, and you watch Racer 1 through 99 with commentary. And you celebrate all the motherfuckers who everybody after bib 30 has no chance. They got no shot. But they're still celebrating and cheering, and you know what I mean? Like,
I want to
that's the
say
vibe.
that like there's a lot of that. I think you might be wrong. Listen, I've been
I might be wrong.
I mean, like I've had a few
I've been wrong. I'll
few
accept
faux
it.
pas this evening. But I
You
think
feel
that
offended by this.
there's like ESPN2 where you sit there and you can watch all of that type of shit. You're just like, it's like,
We
why
got
are we
special
watching
places
this
to
shit?
go
yo?
for that? Yeah.
Yeah, we got like ESPN boring. It's like you can play
That's
the
what they
whole.
doing.
That's
Yeah,
what
like,
they have poker,
yeah,
the poker channel, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the poker
Like,
channel probably does that.
World
Actually, the
Series
poker's
of-
like, no.
But they're
we
not
don't.
showing you Olympic bobsledding teams 1 through 29.
Okay, I will grant and agree, because we've actually found Kayla has pointed out that if we watch like the CBC or whatever, the Canadian, they'll show like, and it is, I don't want to watch a goddamn biopic about some fucking athlete instead of watching the actual event.
Right.
And I do actually kind of like just seeing people who are good at shit. And it is, but I think to say it's not random feels a little crazy. It's random as fuck. It's all types of random shit. But then
But
again,
I mean, like
the
all the
world also
curling,
does.
bro, curling.
A lot of people love curling. It's
I mean, a lot of
bowling
people
on ice.
like
It's still-
this. The curling is like
A
is
lot of people
thing
like
to
paper
see.
airplanes.
Yo,
I'm down.
curling-
If that gets voted in as a sport, do it.
Yo, I fuck with
curling
curling,
is
bro.
a
like,
big thing, bro. They
yo,
got
if you
curling
were
clubs all
if you were
over.
a curler, what would you be? Would you be a sweeper or would you be a floater?
I'd be a floater.
I
but
think
there's
I
a
didn't know
lot of
that was the
drinking in
names.
curling too.
I would
mean,
do the sweeping for sure. You can rest assured. Like, out here.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear funny shoes for that one?
Yeah, yeah. Little felted shoes they float around on the ice. Oh,
That would
kind
be
of
cool.
slidey.
I wouldn't mind some of those shoes. And
no, they got a curling
experiencing
center
that.
right around the corner from my cousin's house in Acreage, bro. People curl.
Oh,
Well, that's
shit.
Alaska. That's basically not America.
Okay, but it's Montana's is cold.
Whoa,
North Dakota, South
Rob,
Dakota,
Rob.
Nebraska's is cold. Wisconsin, Minnesota,
I mean,
Michigan,
look at it.
Ohio.
It's all
They're all cold.
Hey,
Over
watch
there,
that.
Pennsylvania.
They're Americans, bro.
Yeah,
We're
they
all
are.
Americans.
And therefore
We're
they
all
don't like
Americans here.
real sports, just their
Right.
own nationalistic games.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
I
that's
think
just the
you
way it
could
is.
You could say Americans, though. I think at the end of the day, there is a story we've been told, which is we're the greatest country in the world. And I heard a quote from Trump the other day. I think it was at Davos or whatever. And he was like, and we won World War II for all you motherfuckers. And we won it big. We won it huge. And if we hadn't won it so big, you guys all would have been speaking German and a little bit of Japanese. Like, I'm even quoting verbatim, basically. This is like literally what he said. And there is a feeling in the American myth that everything else sucks everywhere. And no matter how bad things get here, it's still so much better than anywhere else. That when you see people are good at some random ass shit, it makes you realize they have free time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How the fuck?
They're not in slave labor camps.
How could they be good at like shooting a gun and skiing and swimming all in one or whatever that thing is? And like, unless they were like had some days off and took holiday, you know, and like had more than like 3 weeks a year that they could do, and they weren't like burdened by healthcare debt and all this other shit. So it's kind of like a mirror, you know, and it doesn't look great. And so that's why I think we just want to see our teams basically here and winning teams. We don't really want to see losers from America. So any sport that we're not the best at is gonna, you know, not be that interesting. Plus time zone differences. Sometimes that shit's somewhere else and it's like in the middle of the night and then you're seeing it after the fact. And I think Americans are like, we got to watch the news. This is crazy. We don't care about this.
We'd rather hear what Donnie said today. Yeah. It's a sad thing to me, but you know, I'll leave you guys all to your own judgments of the randomness of the Olympics.
You asked us. We're trying to help. We're being helpers.
I still didn't like find the logical through line on anything you guys said to like really make it feel like it was random.
You
it
just don't like that we said
you
random.
don't understand certain sports.
What I'm saying is that from is random from the perspective of the American educational, physical educational perspective. Okay. Like these sports have never been introduced to us in a school setting. Growing up, they've never been introduced to most of us, even in a leisure setting growing up. So most of us overall haven't, you know, been exposed to it. So when we're sitting on, you know, at home and the niggas is curling, like obviously we're just like, well, where the fuck did this come from?
So it's really like kind of a jealousy, like a lack of a jealousy around lack of exposure.
I mean, the thing about it is like, I feel like if you were, I mean, maybe, but if you were talking to people who were like, I hate this shit because I've never seen it before, like, you know, like,
that's a lot of people. That's you guys.
Yeah. I mean, who said we hate it?
We're just trying to voice for the voiceless.
None of us have said that. None of us have said that we've hated it. We've all just been like, you know,
I like
you're very unimpressed.
Random as fuck.
Yeah,
we'll say it's random.
Random.
So, how about the FIFA World Cup? Is that random?
FIFA World Cup is a little bit. It is random, but it's not random. It's
not
random.
As much as cricket.
It's a foreign sport, right?
Not as much as cricket or rugby, but still.
I mean, like the thing is, like, if you were like, hey, do we have an American? Do we have
a lot
American
of places
rugby?
Really
team?
love that. Oh yeah, we know people that lose lost teeth to rugby around here.
That's what I'm saying. So like different educational systems do different sports. It's like lacrosse.
Yeah, lacrosse is an American sport.
Lacrosse. What the hell is lacrosse? Because they play that shit at private schools.
It's from America.
Does that happen?
It's a Native American sport. Not a lot of Native Americans play anymore.
Yeah,
we co-opted that one.
Yeah, we took it to the.
Is it in the Olympics? Is it in the Olympics?
Yeah. Summer Olympics for sure. Lacrosse, big time.
See, that's kind of random too, honestly.
Yeah, it is kind of random. I'll give you that. Lacrosse is a really random.
You know what's not random? Baseball. basketball, and football.
Dude, here's what's not random either is track and field.
No, that's true. That's true. Jumping over shit.
Racing, anything.
Running fast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what that is about, like track and field. A lot of those original, old school classic Olympic games are
like cross country.
Name somebody who doesn't like the pole vault. You know what I mean? That's just crazy.
Love the pole vault, love the javelin, love the discus.
Everybody loves the pole vault.
Yeah, but I think overall, like living in Europe, I was way more like I'd actually go to track and field events, like you know what I mean, just on like a regular ass Tuesday, like we're gonna go check out some track and fields. Like here, it's like I wouldn't even know where to go, and you know what I mean.
I honestly didn't even know they had those events.
Yeah, like but you have like
outside
track
of
and field meets
and schools.
Yeah, I think you go to schools mostly to see them, like colleges.
Yeah,
colleges have track and field meets.
But there, it was just like they had their own, like we're doing like these meets, and they had meets with like professional artists. Yeah, people from around the world. Like they would have like European wide different things. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just like Czech runners or Czech. It'd be everybody from different countries participating, semifinals, nationals, things like that. It's just way more better is the word. like I don't know why. Like it's just better quality of life wise.
I think there is a certain little secret that most Americans are not privy to, that actually the rest of the world has a lot of like nice places to live and lives to lead.
Absolutely.
But they have the lumberjack games here, right?
They do up in BC. I've seen them. Have you seen them, motherfuckers?
Yes.
I've seen not live already.
It's amazing.
Have you been live?
I've been live in BC. Yeah. It was amazing. The dudes who like climb up to the top hella crazy and cut the top round off and then descend. They're like timed. It's crazy. They're up and down in like a few seconds. Like the dude who won, he had his like belt thing.
Do you have any tools for that?
Got a chainsaw, chainsaw dangling. You got a chainsaw, and you got you got your spikes on your boots. You got your spikes on your boots, and they're just running up the log, straight running up it, get to the top, throw it, just drop. 2 clips in with the heels, and then you land on the mat below. Like, dude, it's like a 50-foot tall pole. It was
do they do
amazing.
Any flips when they come out, when they dismount?
That's not random. That should be in the Olympics. Fuck it. That's amazing.
I feel like it is random, and it should be in the Olympics, and it's random. But then I guess random is what random does. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why random offended me so much. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, hey, it's okay.
I care about these sports.
Well, it seems one thing that you're revealing. I feel like Bjorn is sharing that he likes activities. You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with liking activities. Like that's like a very valid thing to value.
Hey, yo, it's a human art. What was the game that we were playing? Before we left, bocce ball.
Yeah, bocce ball.
Yeah, loves activities, bro.
That's also not random and should be in the Olympics.
Our version of it. We have a special version, and I think we need to start probably selling our sets in our rule book.
Yo, the Umbrella Union bocce ball. That'll be in 3 weeks. The next month's prize is that when you buy the bocce balls, you get the beer coaster. Find one that's ethically sourced by then.
We have time. Like a recycled wooden bocce ball.
Yeah, and they all come in like a canvas tote bag, instead of a plastic box. It's great.
I like it. I still want golf ball. Umbrella Union golf balls.
Yeah.
The Nyronic golf ball.
A lot of golfing going on. I can get golf balls printed up. I have a source for that for Hofmeister House. We do like golf balls with flags on them and shit. But you have to buy, I think it's gross lot, so you have to buy 144 to make it kind of worth your price.
And what do they sell golf balls?
I want to say they're $2, something like that.
$2 a ball?
$2 a ball.
To print or to buy?
144.
So like $288?
Yeah. I think that's
how much can you sell them for?
I sell them for $4 usually. Yeah.
This is maybe how we become billionaires. Catch up with the Beyonce and Jay-Z. But I think we should probably wrap up soon. But I do want to revisit what you said about dinner with Jay-Z, because that was a wild ass question that was going around, right? Like that's a couple years ago. But what were they saying? What would you rather, like $10 million or to have
that was 500,000
dining with Jay-Z? Like,
I thought it was half a
people were out there like, of course, dinner with Jay-Z. The knowledge he could give you in one meal, like, way more valuable than, like, what? This is the same people who hate the Olympics if you think about it. Like it's
Yeah,
the same
that's true.
mindset. Like it's
Dick riders.
That's very true. Yep.
Dick riders. I just give me the
there's
money.
not even
bro.
much to
I'll
say
take,
about that, huh?
No,
just
no,
give
there's
me the money.
not. Like it was for some reason actually a topic of conversation, which proves the level of education we found ourselves in this country.
Where
just
people
as much-
seriously took that side.
Well,
like,
I mean, or put it like this: it's not about that; it's about money and celebrity worship. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's what they're because it's like, oh, if I talk to this guy, then obviously I'll be a billionaire too. And it's like, you know how many
It's the only thing
people
I'm missing.
meet this. You know how many people meet this motherfucker and never get like, you know,
I know,
like
yeah.
anything? Like, what's the
He's
point?
never
bro?
had dinner with anybody else before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nigga
Or
eats
like
alone
everybody that's
forever.
had dinner with him, like there's this chain of people who like just incidentally
Yeah,
had
like,
dinner with Jay-Z
yo,
and
that's
became
fucked up.
like
We-
multimillionaires.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a Ken Burns special on the people who've eaten dinner with Jay-Z and their fortunes after.
What do they
the
call
meal.
that? The Jigga Club or something?
Yeah,
Like,
right. There's like all kinds of jig related things in there that we just leave alone
how'd
for
you
now.
make it? What was it that made you big? Were you creating jobs? What were you doing? Trickling down some economics? Like, no, actually,
Yeah.
one time I was
Spaghetti
at
and
a Cracker
meatballs.
Barrel. Yeah. And Jay-Z was there, and I pulled up a chair, and he let me stay there. And ever since that, man, I've been just very, very wealthy and successful.
Life's changed. Life's changed greatly.
Yeah.
Life is a whole
And you know,
other thing.
and the other thing about this whole like hypothetical is that Jay-Z is showing up at that dinner, ordering quickly, consuming his food and leaving. He's not hanging out for an extra hour to fucking chat you up and throw you some game. No, he's there.
He's out there making deals,
Yeah, exactly.
creating jobs,
He's not talking to
like
you.
all that.
You bored him
Yeah.
right away. You know what I mean?
You're
You're not
him.
rich.
I know.
You bored him.
You could totally picture his aloof ass too, being like, "Huh? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
You haven't been to
I
San
gotta
Tropez
go.
since the
Yeah.
remodel?
Like, I'm out."
I'm out.
Yeah.
Mic drops. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. Like I wouldn't.
Like I would
I don't
take dinner with Jay-Z if like, oh, he was coming over or wanted to meet me and have a meal.
like I
Like-
wouldn't not take it. It's like you're
not
you're
turning him
saying it like a
down.
reasonable person. You're like, oh, Jay-Z's heard about what I do, and he'd like to have a meeting. Sure. Like I mean, you're
Sure.
like
Yeah.
that.
That's a different story.
You're like normal circumstances. It's like, yeah, well, who wouldn't do that? Like, yeah, of
Right,
course.
yeah.
If Sean would like to join me for a meal, who am I?
Sean.
I can oblige. Like,
Oh, that's so good.
I'll carve some time out in my weekend for him. You know what I mean? Like maybe,
Yeah.
But it's like maybe we'll go to Seraphine's, you know, like type of shit. Like, you know, like it's just
It's
you know,
my treat too,
idol
bro.
worship. Yeah, like
My
my
treat.
treat.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't even in the whole question.
I was
but
gonna
they should
say
have
that
said-
wasn't even in it, right? Yeah.
They should have
I'm
said
paying?
dinner with Jay-Z and you pay and
Yeah.
tip. Because
Yeah,
imagine
yo.
being like, what does Jay-Z tip?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm pretty
And this
sure.
fool
fool
it's-
just
20%?
ordered
I'm pretty sure it's
$1,000
just
bottle of
reasonable.
wine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and no tip,
Yeah.
probably.
No,
Nah, he
tip.
probably
That's
tips.
funny.
He probably tips.
I think he tips.
I hope
That's
he
like
tips.
that's a weird ass conversation. Like, look at celebrities and guess if they tip or they don't tip. Like, he's probably
we need to
tipping.
put
All
the
right.
word out to listeners and viewers of the cast. If you're a server in the game and you've served some famous people and you have that insight, please share it with us of who's good and who's bad at tipping. Because I would
There you
love
go.
to have that kind of
There
information.
you go. Rob's on the vibe right there.
I'll take you to dinner.
But don't stop. Stop. Should-
Okay, I'll just give you $1 million.
No, see, there you go. Once again, this false
It doesn't have to
advertising. None of these things are gonna happen. Rob's not taking you to dinner.
So
and
here
he's
are
not gonna
the
give you $1 million.
That's true.
Okay, Google AI tells us these are the infamous worst tippers: Tiger Woods, Jeremy Piven, Scottie Pippen, Madonna,
I seen Jeremy Piven in the elevator one time.
Bill Cosby, Usher, Jennifer Lopez, and Rachel Ray.
Bill Cosby just gives
Rachel
you
Ray.
pudding
Yeah.
pops.
Other notable
It's
mentions
crazy.
are
At this
Jane
point,
Fonda.
that woman isn't even famous anymore, except for not being a good tipper then. Damn.
Yeah.
See, that's a slippery slope when you start doing that.
Yeah, she used to be
Poor
like.
tipping.
I mean, did she used to be a good tipper? And then all of a sudden, like she fell
No,
off.
but I'm saying
It's-
she used to be kind of famous, and
like,
now
yo,
the
you
only thing
fell
she's
off,
got
bitch.
going.
These tips is light. These tips is trash.
Yes. Now all
Fuck
you're
outta
known
here.
for is just being a bad tipper. Is that how you want to live?
That's
That's
rough.
no life.
Bro.
Yeah, imagine you got to live that down. So you're just over tipping consistently, hoping that somebody
I know.
tells
No,
TMZ.
it's not true. It's not true.
Tell TMZ immediately. They need to know
please.
I've changed.
And you already know Ellen DeGeneres.
All of a sudden
Ellen
you just start.
DeGeneres is not generous. You
No,
know what I
she's
mean?
posting your.
She's degenerous.
Exactly. She's Ellen ungenerous. You know, the D is the in
Yes,
that
it is.
suffix.
Yeah. She's not from generous, of generous.
Not of the generous clan.
Degenerous. Degenerous. Yeah, no, she's not one of them. Sadly. Famous Northern Vikings, too. Kind of an ironic name.
Oh.
Gregorian.
Well, who are the good tippers? We should also lift them up.
Gregorian.
Okay, yeah, let's find out who's the
damned.
best celebrity tipper.
Let's at least give them a little love before we go.
I mean, my whole thing is like strip club culture is crazy. Like, imagine just going in there and just throwing money at people. Like, just going and just be like, you hear you? I mean, we all know.
True. That's very
It's
true.
like,
all right, who's the best
an
celebrity
insane amount
tipper?
of tipping. That's like the whole thing is a tip.
All right. I just want to take some guesses first because this is fun. Now we can play a little game. Throw me a couple guesses on who you think might be.
Okay, speaking of random, some of the people on the bad tipper list are super random. Jeremy Piven, although I did see him in an elevator, he's not in the conversation. Like are the people on the one you're talking about, are we going to guess them or are they just irrelevant people too?
Yeah, that's
there's
funny.
A few pretty big notables here.
People too.
I'm sorry. I mean, a little insinuation there, but you said what now? They're kind of known?
There's
Michael
some
Rappaport.
very well known.
Like Oprah Winfrey? Is Oprah Winfrey on the list?
A person that's been
she's
mentioned.
a good tipper for sure.
Okay,
Oprah,
so neither of those made it. No.
Michael Rappaport or Oprah?
Damn.
No, neither of them. Probably the most famous person here would be Taylor Swift.
I was about to fucking say that, man. Taylor Swift a good tipper?
She often leaves $500 and $800 tips regardless of the
That's
price
what she should do. She's a billionaire also. If you're a billionaire, you should always leave $500 minimum, even if you get a coffee.
Apparently she hands out hundreds to like employees at the stadiums where she does her shows and shit.
I like that.
Johnny Depp.
A little condescending.
Johnny
Depp.
Yeah. Like, here's $100. But
if you're handing out like a bundle of them and shit to like
it's
50
true.
Taylor Swift is giving out hundreds. Like, let's get
I don't know.
There.
We got. I'm gonna do this in order of fame. So Taylor Swift, and then Donnie Wahlberg, because we all know how famous.
Donnie Wahlberg, New Kid on the Block.
Yeah, and then Johnny
I
Depp.
respect that.
Johnny Depp.
Okay, Johnny and Donnie.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's a good tipper.
Apparently,
yo, that's fucking funny. You're so excited. I'm very happy.
News.
This
is also egregious because this is actually a 20% tip. So he apparently left $50,000 tip on a $250,000 champagne tab in a Miami club.
Okay, but that is still
and
fair
he
because
also
I think
tipped $11,000 on an $80,000 bill in New York. But that's like 15%. So those are
I feel
really
like the type
great
of
tips.
I'm be honest with you. I feel like the problem with some of these services is like I can imagine that the bottles themselves are like you get like $4 $50,000 bottles of something, and then it's like this motherfucker did like poured 4 bottles, bro. It's not like he was over
it's
here,
not
like,
any different than a
crushing the fucking
kind of
wine with his feet in the back.
Right.
Yeah. And so if you can afford to do that, then you can also afford to fucking tip 20% on top.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I hear you, but I just feel like sometimes the service doesn't justify the tip. It's like when I go in the pizza shop and they like charge me like $10 for like 3 slices of pizza, and then they want the person who heated it up to like me to tip them, and I'm like, this feels weird to me because
I like when they flip the little.
It's low key your job to heat up the pizza and like hand it to me. And I don't really see, like, there's no other way I can get this product unless you prepare it a little bit. So, like,
I get it.
I like when they flip that thing over to you.
If I'm sitting at a table,
like, it's going to ask you a couple questions.
I mean, if I'm sitting at
questions.
If I'm at a table and I sit down and they bring me food, and then it's like, okay, well, I've made you leave the counter area and come to a whole nother place and treat me in a different way. If I walk in the door and grab a thing off the counter and walk out, I'm like, I don't really think I should give you extra money.
I concur, as well as I feel like, look, you go to a lot of other countries, tipping is like kind of obscure. It's not expected. We are so entrenched in it because we constantly think it's good practice to underpay our employees and have them have to rely on this tip. And then now the society and the customers all know that the holdover is also on some racist ass shit from the post-slavery days because people weren't getting paid. And so you were tipping out to like everybody, a shoe shine, a person on the train serving you. Those people, those jobs were largely held by people who came after when slavery ended, that were part of the black population at that point in time. And the evolution of tipping kind of goes and coincides with employers underpaying motherfuckers who were on the lower totem and you just being expected to pick
it was
tab.
more like, I feel like the tipping idea was more based on the service industry. You know what
I
mean?
The evolution is interesting. We could have a whole thing about this. Like, it's crazy. Like, the train cars back in the day and the way that tipping kind of became a norm through that evolved and like spread out around the country. And most of the people that were working those situations were black. And
interesting.
Yeah, it's a really the history
40-year-old shoe shine boys.
It's a particular thing, but it grew out of this one like decade or two in American history. And now it's just how we do business.
Wow.
Well,
once again,
I don't know a whole lot about that history.
Once again, thank you, black people, for getting the rest of these motherfuckers tipped. We do it all.
Well, I would have to give that thanks. Absolutely.
We do it all, baby.
I don't think it makes sense that we have that as our system, especially like at the pot store. You know, it's like the bud tender, you know, like, okay, you got me like a joint and now but my mentality is, as far as almost any service, it's got to be 20%. No, I mean, it's like just get it off the wall and bring it, you know, but then they flip the little thing, like I was saying, they flip it over to you and it's going to ask you some questions, you know, or whatever. Because you can pay where I live with the debit card at the weed store. But I think generally you just got to do 20, even 25%, even if whatever, it doesn't feel like it because it's a karmic thing. Like people, you know, you got to just put things in the world, not hold on tight, but let like whatever. But where it really gets complicated is with the food delivery. Because it's like, okay, now this is where it starts to get really unfair. You say, okay, the people at the restaurant don't even get any tip.
I know, right?
Like, so first of all, I order whatever, and the restaurant isn't even thought of. And now,
but I mean, like,
driver,
should you though? Like, the restaurant did nothing different. The restaurant didn't come to your house. It is somebody different. The restaurant stood at the counter, and they were like, here's the thing. You want to know why I don't fuck with tips like that? The chef never gets a fucking tip. The only motherfucker cooking your food out of this whole process consistently is the chef in every single one of these equations, right? But if the waitress hands you the plate, or she brings it to your plate, you never say, that's cool, I'm gonna do this. But this motherfucker that cooked the food, let me go help him out. You know what I mean? Like,
although I agree with you, but I worked in a restaurant at one point, and the like honor system thing was that the server was still supposed to tip the bus person and the people in the kitchen and the dishwasher. Everybody in the restaurant was supposed to get broken off some. But then it was still up to the server. They'd be like, oh, I got $200 in tips, even if they got 5, you know what I mean? And like, okay, so here's 10 for you, 10 for you. And they're Taylor Swifting it with $10 bills or whatever. And that's one way that it works. But when you do the order, nobody in the whole establishment is getting any of that.
Exactly.
And then so now if I'm doing it based on the value of the food, but the place is just next door versus I do a small order from a place far away, now the equation, see, this is why it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. So if you're at any place except for like a diner, like if it's a diner, that the server might be taking almost all the tips, but almost anywhere else, from like my experience of knowing many people that work in the service industry, and
they're pooling that shit.
They're tip pooling, and then there's this just set percentage that's going to everybody, and you don't see it until your paycheck. And because most of the tip is happening on digital, right? It's all happening on card anyway, right? So now the company is actually holding it for that potential 2-week period before you get actually paid out, which is another interesting thing. If you have companies who are large enough, some of these like restaurant groups that can hold 100 different restaurants, you can play with people's wage off the tip out on the market before you actually even have to pay them and make some dividends. It's really interesting.
What I hate about that is the idea where it's like, I've seen scenarios where if you tip in cash, it's better for the employees because they actually get the cash, but the company will keep the digital tips. They'll keep all the things on their roster because it's not written in. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you just, I generally will try to like pay the bill, tip in cash,
Yeah. And there's very few places that do it like the way I do it. For instance, we don't have really a high tip ratio because my cafe is just a small part of the business. But every tip that we get in that's done on digital, at the end of the day, we process them so that it batches out with the batch. We actually take the money that was given to us. And then that just gets run up and split and divided between everybody who's there very evenly, except for me, obviously. And they take home that $15 right away out of the register. So I cash them out right away.
Quick
and then
cash
I report that on the paycheck. When I pay people, I say this person made $150 in tips during this period. This person made $167.90.
Well, when I was a Baskin Robbins ice cream scooper, we did have a tip jar, and at the end of every night, we did divide it up, and that was always a nice moment, especially because we were close to Key Arena. Sonics used to play up the street, so after a Sonics game, got real busy, and you'd end up having maybe $100 in there. Split between like two people working, like you'd be like, especially when you're 16 at that time, $50 in 1996 or 7 was nice.
1996, 7.
Totally. Yeah, totally. And it's nice, even if it's $10, just to walk with a little bit of something in your pocket every day. You know what I mean? And knowing that your check's coming later, but I got
or to have Taylor Swift give you 100.
Yeah, right.
Bro,
exactly.
I would love that.
Yeah.
You can tell.
This was up.
Hint. Little very
Taylor Swift to drop stack of hundreds so we can get famous like Taylor Swift.
That's how you do it. Start with the stack.
Yep. $10,000 in hundreds, and we just hand them out to 100 lucky people, and
then we become.
I've just always been just baffled. I'm like, it's just weird to me how people spend their money. It's like I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna buy jewelry.
Man. Oh yeah.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, I had somebody give me, like, I'm like, even as like an artist, whatever. Like, I've never been like, yeah, let me get this with jewelry, whatever. So I never really thought about it. And a friend of mine gave me like a really nice chain. It was like, yo, here, bro, like, I want you to have this. Like, I got like a bunch. He collects them. So he's like, here, and it was like for a gift. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Cause I got produced some music and stuff from him. But it was like, yo, this is dope. It's like, I loved it. And I was like, maybe I should think about it, more of these.
Wearing it, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. But it just seems like when I look at the artists and like a lot of people now that have money, it's like it doesn't really seem to be used usefully.
Yeah,
like it's just kind of like
it is a kind of superfluous thing, isn't it?
It's like I have this so I can spend it on luxury items and just basically promote the luxury items, and then it's just, it's like,
well, yeah, and tell me that fucking Versace and Louis Vuitton aren't just clothing a lot of people who reach a certain level, because as long as you talk about it in your song, bro, you just got this whole fall catalog shipped to your house. You know what I mean? No big deal.
If you're at a certain level, then you can just get people, and they give you shit. Like a lot of times, like the more popular you are, in general they give
probably
you shit.
Even pay you as well as give you shit.
Oh, if you come up with good enough ideas, they definitely will. But you know what I mean? But that's like, once again, that's like the trade-off on the whole thing, where you're just like, okay, we're here, we're part of the situation, you know what I mean? Like we're famous, you're known.
We're in the
club. Who did it? Was Migos that had the Versace song, right? Versace.
I don't know.
That was the chorus. Was Versace.
I think so. But it's a while back. But I remember
it's like a decade ago. Yeah. No, I know. They were hitting with the first couple fucking songs, man. R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan. Yeah. R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan from that era too.
Definitely the R.I.P. shout out.
Yeah. Innovator, bro. Like, honestly, innovated a whole sound out of that region. Does not get the credit he deserved.
Sometimes on Facebook, people say it's Bone Thugs and Harmony that actually innovated that.
Everybody's biting off. Yeah, well, they were really melodic, but the stylistics of the Atlanta melodics are different. It's run different. It's a different cadence style to me, at least.
It probably is. I didn't listen really. I am picky or like closed-minded. I think it's like the Olympics. You know what I mean? You can't
That's basically the biathlon for
you. Yeah.
Yo,
like, what are they doing now?
Why would I want to?
I thought they were skiing. They stopped. They stopped to shoot.
Right. Well, hey, we hit 2 hours though. This is live.
Yo, did
1 minute 55.
Did we even touch on any of the stuff that was on the list of paper?
Vaguely. But it's a running list, so we can always add to it. And It's just so we don't run out of stuff to talk about.
On the list of paper. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Yeah,
like going
bro.
forward, we know how to take segues and we know how to be tangential, abstract thinkers. All of us.
Woo!
And that's
Abstract.
those are good strengths.
Yeah.
Let's hope the people agree.
And we can all spin a yarn.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We
That's
can
what
be
it's all
wrong.
about.
We took 30 minutes for me telling the dream about me and Eric in the chat. So
you know what's funny? Like I was thinking to myself during that whole process, like, I don't really enjoy dreaming because I wake up exhausted. I'm like, all this that you're telling me about, I'm like, that's crazy. You did all that shit while you were sleeping. When are you gonna go to bed? Like,
man. See, I wake up feeling like stoked or frightened on whatever the experience was that's like memorable. Like, damn, I was thinking about that last night, or hell, fucking yeah, I was having an adventure. I wish I could sleep some more. Like, this shit was dope.
Crazy.
It's
usually
usually
gotta get into lucid dreaming.
Yeah, I feel like
that's
lucid dreaming is a vibe. Like I definitely investigate. I mean, I think everybody's investigated mildly. Oh yeah, like you do these things, you have full sleep, talk to yourself. The whole idea of getting in your dreams and being like, and now we're gonna fly over the globe type of shit, and just.
It's dope, bro.
Yeah,
come on.
no.
But I mean, like, once again, it's so much fucking time. Like, you're supposed to be sleeping, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. I can't lie. Like,
just get some fucking rest.
I like how that's incompatible with getting rest. Like deep REM.
No, there's a certain truth to that. No, but like mentally. Like it's like
you're more awake than you were all day.
Yeah, I was supposed to like turn the switch off, and it was just on, like big.
To me, it's like, damn, I got 3 films I watched last night while I was asleep. Let's just try to remember a few of the main characters and plots. Like,
I mean, I'm not bad at it. Like
dope.
my makes dreams like crazy. For me, I'm like, yo, that's a lot. Like you like all this happened while you were sleeping.
Yeah,
that's I just want to lay down and just go to bed. Wake up and be like, all right, cool, good shit. Whenever I have dreams, I wake up and I'm like, come on.
Like DMX voice. Come on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, very angry.
Dreams?
Yeah, like bullshit ass dreams. Like, what's your problem? Rob's over here, like, and then we went to like karaoke.
Like, there's no problem with strong opinions, like left and right here either. Like, fuck the Olympics, fuck dreams.
That's funny.
No, but nobody.
And the Olympics are built on dreams.
I don't think we said fuck the Olympics though. Like,
it all ties together now.
I don't think we were like. Fuck
I think you're shrinking down the nuance of some of this stuff because
look, everything. Brevity is a great tool. If you can be concise and sum things up. You guys feel like fuck Olympics. You also feel like fuck dreams, or at least Eric does. Rob is like, yay dreams. Fuck the Olympics, yay dreams.
I'm a big
so he likes
dream guy.
A portion of the Olympics, but since the Olympics is based on dreams, Eric just like the whole establishment and everything around it. Nothing to do with it. Dreams.
I don't want to burn it down. Burn it down. The thing is, here's the thing. Like, I find that if I get to a spot where I get a moment to like watch the Olympics and I start paying attention to what happens, I get very involved. I get very absorbed by the whole situation. And it's like Olympic fever. It's like the World Cup. Like when the World Cup's going on, if you go and you like, I remember one time I was on tour with MD and Tuco. And shout out to MD, he just released a bunch of records online this week.
Shout out
MD. We were in Olomouc in the Czech Republic, and we were doing a show, and it was at a bowling alley, and we were there for like the day before. So the whole day we're like, well, what are we gonna do in this town? It's like, there's not much going on. We'll just go up to this VIP spot in the bowling alley, and we just watched the World Cup all day. And by the end of the day, I was like, I was in it. I was throwing shit like, how you doing? Like it was like super. It took like a day of watching it to really like, and you got to pick your teams. Yeah. But I'll say like hockey, if you go to a hockey game, you get wrapped up in that shit much faster.
Sure.
Like if you're just watching at home, it's cool. But if you're there, you're like pounding on the glass yourself. You're like,
hey, bro. And if you were at the bottom of the men's downhill for Saturday in fucking Valgard, I think it's going to be it's in Bormio in Italy. You'd be stoked too, man. All these national flags waving around you, everybody going crazy.
We're doing it.
So Saturday, men's downhill opening ceremonies are on Friday. You got to look out. There's a few hot dudes.
We're watching.
Norway doesn't got anybody in it at all, really, unless Kilda comes back from his injury. But he's our kind of older dude. He's tight. Otherwise, we got Seierstedt, and he's not having the season. We got the Swiss, though. They could take all three. They could do bronze, gold, and silver. We got Odermatt and Franjo van Almen. But then you got the Italians who I love, Dominic Paris and Franzone. And we call him Mangione around here. But Frangione he's filthy, and he's like the young star, and Dominic Paris is like the old dude.
Okay.
So there's some like serious, like, talk about celebrity. There's some serious like celebrity athletes in the men's downhill who in the world are like well-known names. They got nicknames and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's mad funny.
Anyways, just like, you guys should tune in and check out the men's downhill.
We're going to. Yeah,
his
we're
name
watching.
L Slopes.
Yeah.
Like this
and if you have a VPN, you should jump onto either CBC or one of the European, like even Sky or BBC, any of the other non-American broadcast channels, because you'll see the whole race.
You know you're gonna get caught up for all this anti-American talk.
Bro, I've been blacklisted since I was a baby.
We're at 2 hours and 1 minute 46 seconds. So
that's what you think.
Yeah, that's a pat on my own back. Right.
See how far this can go.
Right. All right. We'll see you guys soon, man. Love you guys.
All right. Later.
Yeah. Like, click, and subscribe. Yeah.
Like,
all that.
Click, like, and subscribe
to Umbrella Union Flawedcast, brought to you by TT's Moringa.
That's right.
TT's Body Butter, right. The only body butter that you need to butter your body. The flavor that we've been using thus far is black butter. Everybody get a whiff. Get some, take some for the road. Yeah, there you go. Get in there. Amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Later,
it's
guys.
been good. It's been real. It's been real good.